It's not as wide as it looks on the ground level, is it? You got everything you need there?
So no, it's good kind of stations.
Okay. Here if you need that.
Right control. Normally I should be sending a bunch of public messages if people are using their account, so I'll take that as a good sign.
Oh, you've got no phone signal.
Well, there we go. National Premier League is live. Thanks.
How are you, mate? How are you doing?
Is it going to rain?
Yep.
Just above us.
Right.
Yeah. Certainly will. I'll have a look through that.
Oh, was it? No, there must be one somewhere. Where's the other ball, boy?
Here it is, Daddy.
I don't know. I thought it was a 9, but yeah, probably it'd be more than I was yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Bucky Land Rover Park for what is the Midweek NPL Tasmania fixture between Riverside Olympic and Launceston City. It is the first of the new look Northern derbies we'll see, with the Rangers going out and Riverside coming in. Both teams will be extra keen to take the 3 points tonight after both their 2 defeats in their opening 2 outings. Both with losses of 2-1 and 5-1. It's the reverse order. City coming off that 5-1 loss. Side had that week 1, so City this morning talking that down and saying, look, there are errors we can easily cut out. They're not going to be repeatable, and we'll see if they can make good on that tonight. Riverside, new to the competition, a real learning experience for them. Gave a good fight against Kingborough a week ago. And we'll see if they can back that up with another improved showing tonight. So two captains in the middle shaking hands, ready for this midweek football at Buckby Land Rover Park. It's been a pretty mild afternoon, lovely weather, although it's just starting to kick up the wind factor a little bit as we've drawn near to kickoff. And you've got to hope that that won't impact things too much. We'll take a look at the team news here. Just bear with us this evening. Commentators at the opposite end of the state to my producer, so if anything's out of sync with what you're saying, that is why. Up here at the ground, but I believe we're having a look at the Launceston City team at the moment. And they'll be taking on Riverside, the city side. A strong one: Clark, Cartwright, Millington, Durazio, Roller, Linger, Mees, Aitken coming from South Hobart, Smith, Turner and Gould on the bench, Matarazzi, Dyer, O and Smith. Riverside, their impressive young keeper, Jared Hill. We've got Jasper King, Ethan Olner. The man we're running with is Batman, Luca Vigilante, Liam Gilmore, Aaron Campbell returning to Buckby Land Rover Park. The game's record holder at the NPL Tasmania level for City, now lining up for Riverside this evening. Reece Kinslow, a danger in attack, looking forward to seeing what he can do. Sam Davis, William Humphrey and Mitchell Roberts, a couple of familiar names coming across from Northern Ranges. John O'Neill has spent the past couple of seasons with Clarence, and we're underway here in this big midweek clash. Shane Cartwright with an early touch, and City threatening early on. The cross comes in, but won't be able to pick out Noel Mees. Well wide there, and Jared Hill will be able to collect. Been really impressed with young Jared Hill's work over the first couple of weeks of this season. He looks an excellent keeping prospect. I think he's one of the better young keepers in the state, and really excited to have a good look at him tonight. And it's going to be important if they're going to keep it locked down at the back. And there is the commentator's curse right out of the gate for you. I've talked him up a treat, and he's just gifted them one there. So can only get better, I suppose, there from young Jared's perspective. But excellent young shot stopper. Just ran into a little bit of trouble with the distribution on that occasion. That's he's now got a corner to negotiate, and it's swung in. It'll sit on the wing. Mees is there, dealt with in the end by Hill, and puts it behind for another corner. Jared Linger striding across to take this side. The short option is on if he wants it. Wasn't quite ready to react, so Linger instead will swing it into the mix-up. Punches that one to the top of the box. Shot was well charged down though. Back on it. Rather wasted effort that in the end. It's good defence from Mitch Roberts there, charging the shot down for Riverside. Going to be important at the back as we see their fullbacks splitting out quite wide. So the wind really starting to howl, and right up until kickoff it has been a perfect evening here at Prospect. It's beautiful weather, but conditions now perhaps getting a little bit tricky as Ethan Olner works that one away. Here's the return of Soupy Campbell to Buckby Park. A little bit of time, and opts to knock it back instead to Olner. Ethan Olner driving it. Takes a little deflection in the air. Well kept in though by Roberts. So nicely. Eventually Alex Turner, the Arctic Monkeys front man, steers that away. That pass, an errant one well behind Jared Linger. So their import Greg Roller doing no favours there. Reece Gould chips it forward. Here's another look at the American Roller. He turns, he looks a smooth mover, and he's big Noel Mees, the focal point up top for City. It's just gone from strength to strength over the past 18 months as Noel Mees. Ooh, tough coming together, shoulder to shoulder there. In the end, it'll be a throw in. Both teams laying claim to it. Go Riverside's way. Ooh, tough coming together, Roberts, shoulder to shoulder there. It's a take. He's got Luca Vigilante offering. Roller tracking him tightly. The two imports matching up on each other there.
Greg, you got out of there. That's the ball we want to hit.
There's a few words exchanged between the bench and Roller there. The key playmaker in midfield here this evening. It's a first foray forward for Riverside here, flicked on by Campbell. Roller comes away with it. Shane Cartwright said he'll be hoping to get a full season out of him this year. Was really a bit part player last season. For someone of his quality, they'd like to have him more available. Daniel Smith running at the fence. That was a good challenge though from Jasper King sliding in. Cartwright back inside. Well one back. Riverside well structured early days here, and they'll spread it out wide to Campbell again. In prominent, it was a poor pass for Kinslow though. Did he strike her no favours whatsoever. Now Long, Reece Gould charging on down the flank. Roberts leads into the ball, then just gets a little clip in behind. And that will relieve the pressure there. So they look to build from the back here through King. Looks at forward, only Lindsay Millington back there for Launceston City. Commanding presence, he rolls this one forward. Noel Mees combining with Roller. Mees charging down the left, and he produced something of quality. Couldn't find Smith, and comfortably dealt with in the end there by John O'Neill. Spent the past couple of seasons at Clarence, a very experienced figure, won a George Dale medal for Riverside, and he returns home for their inaugural season in the NPL. Here's Mees. Just ran down that corridor slightly blind there, and Riverside able to come away with the ball. Mees again. So you'll just recycle it out the back, and Millington gets himself under some pressure from Kinslow here. Did well to extricate himself, but Riverside able to win the ball back. Here's Campbell, chips it over the top. Davis looking to get him behind. Riverside showing a threat on the transition. Might be their recipe here. Just to break out with speed and some good movers. The fourth line appears fairly mobile, and Aaron Campbell has been in everything early on. Returning to Buckby Park. This one dropped off short for Jared Langer. Now worked for by Gould. It's a good ball for Mees. Mees having a run at the defence here. It's well done by John O'Neill. Gets across. City felt they were going to get the throw. No such luck. And there's a little push in the back there that's been spotted, and we'll give the free kick to Jared Langer. His opposite number there, Davis, just infringing. So Jared Langer, what can he conjure here? He swings it in. He's the target, falls out the back, and is blasted into the back of the net. The flag had been raised though. Jeez, that was a good hit. Absolutely smashed there by Alex Turner. That wasn't the strike of a defender as he marches back into the middle of the defence alongside Millington. It'd be any striker in the world would take a finish like that. So they look to work down the right again. Millington steps in and wins it away. Side winning the ball back well off City so far. All structured at the back. This one lofted forward. Dealt with by Turner, only so far as Kinslow. Scored the opening goal for Riverside last week down at the Den. Unable to hold on to that lead, but off to a bright start with a convincing finish and scored bags of goals in the championship competitions in recent years. So he's going to be a real live wire up top for this Riverside outfit, and they're going to mix it and make an impact on their first season in the league. Reece Kinslow is going to be an important part of that. It's Jared Hill. Let's watch that one hold up in the breeze a bit. City definitely favoured in this first half. Riverside were to go in level. That would be a win as far as they're concerned. It's going to be tough sledding for them, working into this very stiff breeze. Here's Kinslow again. Rolls it all the way back. They like to build from the back with short passes. Alex Catani has said he's willing to cop a couple of hidings this season if they go about it the right way and play attacking and aesthetically pleasing football. He thinks that's the better way of learning and developing his young side. But, certainly sees games like this as one that they want to be taking points from as Cartwright slides in and get the free kick in the end, going against Vigilante, the Argentine. So the free kick chipped in by Jared Linger and commandingly gathered there by Jared Hill. That's what's so impressive about this young man. For an 18-year-old, his command of the area belies his age. As a initially good little skip pass there from Roberts, then made a bit of a mess of the pass. Cartwright caught very late. Advantage allowed to develop here for Jared Linger. Will they be able to take full advantage? Shane Cartwright now. Cartwright rolling it back again. Forward wasn't great in the end from Aiken. Cartwright driving, but it's going to take better than that to beat Jared Hill. City doing the bulk of the early attacking here, but nothing hugely threatening. To the goal of Jared Hill. Aaron Campbell driving that one into Linger. Campbell now goes again and springs it over the top of the run of Kinslow. He stayed on side here, the striker. Can he get inside a Turner? He turns onto that right foot, squares up the ball. In the end, Lindsay Millington able to steer it away. A dangerous moment though. And Davis in the middle was his target, as that one is well won back by Jasper King. Vigilante back to Davis, but seizing upon that was Aiken. Now Greg Roller driving forward for City, trying to spring Jared Linger in behind. A sharp little move back inside, a shimmy and a shake from Linger, and then he's sight down. And then the shot on the turn wasn't too far away. Jared Linger did well to get back to his feet. At least the immediate shot. No messing about from Jared Linger. Quite able to test Jared Hill on that occasion, but not far away either. Riverside bombing it forward here through Davis. Sam Davis ran into Cartwright. Lays it back for Roberts. Beat Linger to the ball. Roberts able to drift inside. Just showed a little bit too much of it to Reece Gould though. Now Shane Cartwright plays it out to Linger. Mees presenting up it. O'Neill body on body and doing a pretty good job of it. Mees' pass was errant. Coughed it straight up in the middle there to Gilmore. Campbell wanted the ball over the top. Instead he receives it himself and he'll have a run here. Rolls it centrally for Batman. He was clipped a little there, but it's Jasper King. Swings it across. Looking to get him behind Aaron Campbell. He's got Kinslow in the middle. Davis there too. Kinslow with the header. That won't challenge Lockie Clark. Restored back into the City net tonight. After Smith's mishap the other evening against South Hobart. One of the more comical own goals you will ever see in football against South Hobart. Seeing Lockie Clark back in the lineup. Did save a penalty in his last start against Devonport here a week ago. Perhaps harsh to have been dropped, although I think they're still in the process of figuring out who their number one keeper is. Lockie Clark looking to nail that spot down with a good performance tonight as Dorazio thumps it long. That's a good ball too. Smith should be able to chase this one down. Smith with a couple of step overs, running at the defence. Good challenge from King. Cartwright up against young Gilmore. Back for Dorazio. Aaron Campbell tracking him. Noel Mees playing the 1-2 with Fergus Aiken, but easily broken up by Vigilante. Good little turn there from Davis. This is good flowing football here. William Humphrey now. Just couldn't quite pick out Kinslow's bursting run. City able to recycle it out the back here. Reece Gould. It's just a misplaced pass. Under no pressure there. They'll need better than that, City. Throw from Roberts. Here's Greg Roller. Being a busy customer. Ooh, strong coming together there. Coming away with the ball was Mitch Roberts. Eventually City clear their lines. Noel Mees up against John O'Neill, who's getting body on him at every opportunity. Looks like he's the man charged with the responsibility of marshalling the dangerous Noel Mees this evening. Youth versus experience there. So Jared Hill rolling it out to Ethan Olner. Riverside fairly patient with their build-ups this evening up to that point. Went slightly long there, one back well by the Argentine Vigilante. And the Batman slides it across. Aaron Campbell with plenty of time to dwell on the ball, then tried to combine again. Vigilante plays a promising cross in the Kinslow direction, falls out the back for Davis. Closed down by Linger. The shot from range should be comfortably collected by Clark, and that's what both teams have been restricted to so far. Shots from outside the box. Both defences on top so far. O'Neill and Mees will be battling away all night. Ethan Olner puts it out in front of Aaron Campbell and says, go chase. He treads on the ball in the end, just allows Dorazio in. Fergus Aitken. Now back to the Arctic Monkeys front man here, and Alex Turner. Smashed that shot. The offside flag denied him. Greg Roller hurrying after this one ahead of Roberts. He's got some support from his fullback. Instead goes looking for Noel Mees. Always a good option. And Mees driving to the byline, and a good little block there from John O'Neill, who's going stride for stride with him absolutely everywhere so far in this game. Another corner for Launceston City. The offensive here, but Riverside looking quite settled at the back. Well organised against Kingborough on the weekend. A 2-1 defeat in the end. Took an early lead. Couldn't quite hold it. So Jared Linger goes in the Millington direction. Might fall for Turner, but Vigilante away from him. Fergus Aitken. Jared Linger, the target here. Gould finds Linger. He's got Davis in close proximity. Looks to skip away from him. Sliding in strongly was Vigilante. But in the end, it's Greg Roller who charges in. Again, charged down by Davis. Number 10, doing the defensive work. Just running out of room, but initially pretty well defended there. Just lost track of it in the end, did Roberts. Throw, flicked on by Mees. Jared Linger got toe to it, away by Gilmore. Greg Roller. Chips it for Mees. Offside flag surely going to be raised here. Stays down. Chips it to the back post, and again, comfortably clasped by Jared Hill. He's got a very sticky pair of mitts. Lockie Clark sweeping around and blasts this one along. Throw in on the far side. So it's been fairly tightly contested first quarter of an hour or so here at Buckby Park. City doing slightly more of the attacking, nothing yet to show for it. Riverside be very content with 0-0 at half-time, I'd have thought, given the win factor. Life should get easier for them in the second 45 if they can just hang in there and frustrate and deny City in this first half, as Fergus Aitken, the two players they brought across from South Hobart, as this one's chipped forward. Lockie Clark will comfortably deal with that before it can come to anything, though. Mastered along by Clark in the Cartwright direction. Chest down and roll back. Cartwright cannot quite get on the end of this. There'll be a free kick blown though. As Dan Smith hit the deck. Pretty late challenge in the end there. Gives Greg Roller another chance over the dead ball. See, the City midfielder has been very busy early in this one. They've been trying to hit his feet wherever possible, and he's over this one. Swings it in towards Millington. Heads it back to the top of the box. Away as far as Linger. Aaron Campbell, his former teammate, closing that down. And rolls it back for Mitch Roberts. Roberts to Gilmore. Now Vigilante. Roberts again. Rolls it across for Sam Davis. Davis to Campbell. This one's driven in. Dangerous ball. Kinslow looking to pounce, but Lockie Clark able to gather it. This one's worked up the line by Linger to Mees. Two players have come through the youth ranks here. Mees turning inside. Good centering ball for Fergus Aitken. He rolls it and looking to turn. Sharply was Linger, just couldn't quite bring it under his spell. Liam Gilmore tracks it back. Getting into a little bit of trouble was Roberts. Reece Gould. He might have copped an elbow there, Gould. Well, at least he's got a bit of a corky. He's come off worse for wear there. Gould definitely copped a knock in the back. Meanwhile, Greg Roller with a pocket of space, and he says, I'm going to take advantage and lash it from distance, but Jared Hill judged it well. Tracked it all the way. Able to gather it and spring the immediate counter-attack over the top for Campbell, who's held his run nicely here. He's got Kinslow in support. City defence, good job, Alex Turner there, just corralling him a little. Jasper King from the deck, allowed to continue. Putting him hands up, appealing for the free, none forthcoming. So Vigilante just knocking it between he and Olner at the back. Eventually Gilmore will get on it and does his keeper no favours there. Absolutely thumps it back. Young Jared Hill did well to gather it and move it on. Kinslow dropping very deep, the number 9 here. Wants an overlapping run from his fullback. Unable to spring that combination there. See what they're trying to do. So Reece Gould now. Again, Mees the target. John O'Neill hits that one away. It's been a good battle through the first 22 minutes of that. Aitken again. Roller weaving one way, then the other. Vigilante has just fouled him there. He tried to avoid it, but was just undone, I think, by the speed of the turn from Roller and just collapsed the back leg a little. So this time it's going to be Turner, and he chips it in towards Mees. And the flag was raised. A little push off there, perhaps, from Noel Mees. As looks like City are going to be forced into an early substitution here. Matthew O set to come on. So not an ideal start for the hosts here. With Reece Gould coming off and did cop a knock in that earlier challenge, as we said. He pulled up pretty ginger from it, and he's unable to continue. So It's going to be Matthew O coming on here. And Reece Gould's night ends after just 23 minutes. She'll frustrate him and a grimace of pain as he walks off. Clearly struggling a little down there. Here's Gould. So Matty O has slotted into right back. Ian Aitken, former South Hobart youth, moved up north for university, and City have done well to sign him. Thought there was a handball against Gilmore there. Works it inside for Davis. Cartwright came bustling through, couldn't dispossess him though. Olner. What was that one across? Punched down the line, straight to Aitken again. Couldn't get out of the way of the sliding challenge. Mees had his pocket picked by Liam Gilmore. And there's plenty of room here for Riverside to operate in if Kinslow can just hold his run. I'm sure he did though. Here's a turn and look at the linesman. And it seems he did hold it enough. But in the end, a rather unnecessary shirt grab there. Presents Riverside with a free kick. It wasn't the most threatening of positions there. Zoe just perhaps getting accustomed to the pace, having just stepped onto the park. So Aaron Campbell, the former Launceston City stalwart, NPL games record holder for the club, has taken many a free kick on this ground. This time looking to undo his former side. As he chips in, and it's away by Turner. Greg Roller up against Vigilante, the two internationals dueling out in the middle of the park. Aitken. Back to Turner, skews one out here to Linger, chested it into Campbell, who then sees it out of play. City get the throw, they want to take it quickly because Noel Mees has got some room to manoeuvre in here, and he'll have a little run at Ethan Olner. Some support coming, but Mees beats Olner, all ends up, and he cuts it back in. Linger recycles it, absolutely belted out of here by O. Not sure who he's trying to target with that. Would have been an ambitious shot, but it ended up nowhere near the intended target, that's for sure. Unless he was trying to get on the footy field out the back there. He was closer to that than the goals. But, absolutely put his laces through it there, Matthew O. There's Jared Hill. Plays that one out, chipped forward. Headed away by Durazio. On towards Aitken. Turning inside here is Smith, and then he's tried an ambitious shot from 40 yards that flies it well over the top there. Daniel Smith. Just not quite able to bend that one back on target. Fair bit of wind behind him. And yeah, hitting him from range here is Campbell. Won't be picked out by that one. Long ball back over the top to Ratio to Mees. Noah Mees now. He gets on the left. He works it back in looking for Linger. Took a little deflection. Behind it goes for a corner. It's Noah Mees. Again, he's looking the danger man in attack. City will try and get it to him every chance. And every time he gets a one-on-one, he's just charging at the defence. He's filled with confidence. Here's Big Measy. He's become one of the star strikers of this competition. Really broke out as this corner's swung to the back post. Nothing in the end for Jared Hill to have to worry about. Just landing on the roof of the net. If it weren't for the wind, it really would be a perfect night for football up here at Buckby Land Rover Park. The pizza oven firing out there. The spectators are chowing down on. Pretty good crowd in attendance. Nice comfortable temperature, but the wind's just impacting a few of these free kicks I think we've seen early on, and certainly we'll see on this goal kick it'll just stand up in there a little. Kinslow comes in, decisively won it. But Greg Roller, and then Davis chips it over the top, and a foot race between Millington and Kinslow. Wrapping his boot around it was Millington. Alex Turner towards Roller. Play here from Roberts. He gets around O. Turner came from the clouds to make that sliding challenge. They're flying in and executed it nicely. Very emphatically done from the front man there. So Roberts with the throw, away by Turner, off the head of Gilmore. Fortuitously landed into the path of Mees, who quickly laid it back for Smith. Smith's ball finds Roller, and they're open at the back here, Riverside. Roller taking the shot on. It was just the wrong option, I reckon. He had Mees and Linger either side and opted to take the shot on. And it was a poor hit in the end from the American. So a rush of blood there as he charged at the defence with confidence, but he had Jared Linger down the right making a pretty good run that he may well have been better served playing in there. Hill takes it short to Olner. Gilmore. Davis. Heavy touch straight to O, and now Jared Linger. Mees wants it quickly, he heads in that direction. Mees up against Olner, turning onto the left and firing is Mees. He wasn't far away as he bent it for the far corner there. Couldn't quite pick it out. Bought the space ever so well. It was bending. And on a calm day, that probably nestles where the Spiders live in the corner. But just that little bit of wind kicks it up over the top and couldn't quite bring it down. But it's the best chance of the game for City. And Noah Mees looking increasingly threatening, although Riverside now trying to spring something in behind as Davis made a run. But slightly too much pepper on that. Straight through to Lockie Clark. Here's Matthew O. Shane Cartwright. Combining with the substitute O. Plays in Jared Linger, who's finding plenty of room in this game. He swings it in the roller direction, who's got plenty of room himself at the top of the box. He turns and he chips it. It's a great save from Hill. Flings the palm at it and tips it over. Roller denied a great goal by the 18-year-old, who continues to impress in net. He passes his sternest test of the evening to date. That's top-class keeping from Jared Hill. Remember that name, folks. He's definitely one to watch. Athletic save that. Keeps it at 0-0. City really starting to threaten here as we reach the half-hour mark. They're knocking on that door. Can they take advantage of this first half and find a goal? Swung right into the mixer, and again, too much on it and a roll behind, although Hill's got a little glove on it, so it will be another corner. Call from the City bench to just mix it up a little. They've played that deep corner just about every single time, I think. Matthew O off was short, but awake to the threat was William Humphrey, tracking him every step of the way. Michael Monticchio doing some warming up there in your frame. One who's come across from Rangers as this one's chipped in. Mees flicked onto the back post. There's Alex Turner. We saw how he can hit them earlier. Ethan Olner whisks this one away from him, though. Here's Fergus Aitken. Smith. Hill comes out. And in the end, the flag was raised for an offside flag, I think. So the keeper came. Certainly not a foul on him there, but the flag had been raised. The official on the line there. So 32 minutes have ticked by. I think Riverside will take 0-0. If they can get it at half time and go to work in the second. But Launceston City are looking increasingly threatening in this game. There's Vigilante. Quite committed to the build from the back with initial short pass from the keeper, Riverside. Gazzania said he wants them to play the right way. He wants to play entertaining football. Develop good habits. No parking of the bus, etc. This one's rolled across to William Humphrey. Sammy Davis. Picked up by the Batman. Roberts played it centrally. Jared Linger has been high catching so far, and he looks to play 1-2 here with Mees. John O'Neill read the intent ever so well. And then just shields Mees from the ball. That's great defending from John O'Neill. Showing why they were so keen to get him back at the club. Just a really good reader of the game, O'Neill. He's got great defensive instincts. He knew exactly what Noah Mees wanted to do. and disrupted that. So Gilmore up against Millington, falls the way of Campbell, chips it forward, Kinslow's offside. And it was going to break wide open if he wasn't. As William Humphrey was making a run in behind as well. The offside flag denying Riverside on that occasion. So Kinslow really hanging off the last shoulder, and City are playing quite a high line, so there is opportunities for them. Jared Linger the target, won't reach him. Matthew O now tracking it back. But Humphrey gets there first and then tried to take on his opposite number. O wasn't going to have that. Goes back to Lockie Clark. Liam Gilmore picks it up in midfield and tried to cut inside of Aiken. Aiken got a foot in. Campbell will see the free kick going the way of Aiken. So I thought the might have gone the other way if anything, but Aiken gets the decision. So Joe Durazio, another one of the young players in this City side, chips this one forward. No one there though. Situated there was Olner. Sammy Davis now rolling it back from whence it came to Olner, who's been heavily involved early on. He's really been their outlet from the back. Dropping it off to him and letting him make that first pass. Campbell holding off the attentions of Durazio. Aiken also there. Some support comes, but unfortunately a foul had been spotted there. Thomas Mace, our man in the middle tonight, making his NPL Tasmania debut, the young official. Handling himself well so far. Good to see the young referee coming through the ranks. Noel Mees. Back to Durazio. Durazio forward. It's all very scrappy just for the time being. No real flow to the game. So here's Lindsay Millington. It's a revelation for City last year. Coming across from Devonport, lunging challenge from Olner. Just denied Mees the opportunity to get behind. Cartwright now trying to impose himself on the contest, but Riverside defending well. Hard to break down. Scrapping away, winning it back. Young Liam Gilmore, slightly built, but a good technician, and looks a very good prospect in midfield. There's Gilmore. So we've got just under 10 minutes left in the first half. 0-0 the score. City with the best of the chances, but they haven't exactly been flowing. There's Gilmore under pressure from Aiken. Chipped it looking for the Batman, but it's seized upon by Smith, and now Daniel Smith sliding one for Linger, and again just unable to combine the passing. Both teams just been a little bit off tonight. As Campbell is coming back from an offside position, so Kinslow thinking the flag might have been against him, raising the question, but it was definitely against Campbell. He was well and truly offside when he first came to receive it. All right decision there. Here's Durazio. Noel Mees. The big fella turning, dropping deep to try and get himself involved, get his team moving, clicking into gear. Shane Takart right now. Jared Linger's escaped his marker. It's Linger now. Treads on the ball. Shifting one way, then the other, then finds Mees. Great block there. John O'Neill, body on the line again. Mees with a second cracker. Skips past one, skips past two. Doesn't get the free kick he wanted. Davis steers it away. Push on Campbell there. Rolls out of play. Impressive defence so far tonight from Riverside. John O'Neill in particular. O'Neill's been very, very solid back there. Here's Reece Kinslow. Kinslow able to turn and run. Wants to play the through ball. Alex Turner held him up nicely. Kinslow still with it, and eventually, by the time he did play that ball over the top, the defence had got back. There was no one really on for him. Here's Smith. Cartwright. Jared Linger's on if he wants to play the wide switching ball. He does just that, but succeeds only in finding Jared Hill, who goes with the throw here. Good overlapping run's been made by Mitch Roberts. He's unable to find him. City win the ball back. Dorazio. Cartwright. Now Mees. Mees, that's a clever little ball for Smith. Smith played the return ball immediately for Mees. He wasn't expecting it. John O'Neill able to steer it away from him. Just not quite on the same wavelength as each other, these City attackers at the moment. Here's Gilmore. Gilmore skips round one. That was nice. Dorazio gets back, and then Gilmore rolls it into the middle for Humphrey. Humphrey with an ill-advised effort, to put it nicely. Just leant back on that. Miles out, kicking into a stiff wind. Very low percentage effort, that one in the end from Humphrey. They've not had the ball enough in advanced positions to be wasting attacking moves like that. Vigilante wins that one away from Roller. Looks good in the air, the Argentine. That was good from Kinslow. Springs Aaron Campbell in behind. He's got Kinslow in the middle if he can pick him out. Millington did just enough to hold his progress. He rolls it back for Roberts. Roberts puts the cross in. Kinslow the target. Combining with Davis, they ran into each other. Just got in each other's way a little there, I think, the two Riverside attackers. It's one of the Roos' better moments in the game. So that one stays in. A little nutmeg on roll up by Roberts. Roberts to an offside Davis. Flag raised, and again, frustrating. The Riverside team have been caught out on a few occasions this half. The best couple of moments of the game have been in the last few minutes. They're starting to spring to life in an attacking sense a little. So this one's well over the head of Mees. Cartwright. Back for Jared Linger. That one's out of play. And eventually the decision is made. Definitely rolled out of play there. So Mitch Roberts will go back to John O'Neill. Now Jared Hill. Gilmore. Back for Olner. Turning back inside. Nicely there was Humphrey, and it's a good ball too for Roberts, who's charged on into the box here. Roberts, he's got two to pick out, but he might go all the way himself. Mitchy Roberts bulges the back of the net, and Riverside take the lead in 42nd minute of play. They've really come to life in the last few minutes, and a decisive finish there from Mitch Roberts. It was a great overlapping run, and they take the lead here. And City have got to chase this game now. The Roos draw first blood in the derby. It was decisively hit. He made a great run and just had a couple of players in the middle there to pick out if he wanted. In the end, he had enough space on O and enough confidence to take the shot on. Just saw Lockie Clark collapsing down a little, said, "I'll go high." He roofs the shot and decisively puts his side into the lead. So, Riverside now taking the lead, and they really have come to life. The last few minutes, it's been noticeable. There's been a bit more urgency in attack. They've absorbed a few punches, and now they're looking to counter punch the other way, and they've caught City off guard there. Matthew O called the wrong side. All for the charging fullback, and he could never make up that ground. This one's chipped over the top. Kinslow won't be able to get there, doesn't even bother. Says Millington can have it, and I'll just cover the pass back to Clark. Aiken. Back to Clark. Clark for Mees. No, Mees turning. John O'Neill trying to put him off, but Mees got rid of his pass and played a nice one too. He might shoot here, Mees. He certainly wants to. But he couldn't quite bend it back enough. Had a few shots in this first half, Mees. He's looking threatening with that powerful left foot as he is, but couldn't quite bend that one enough. He had the right to take the shot on there. 2 minutes before half time. Can Riverside hold on and take this advantage into the sheds, it would be a real boon. The wind has died down a little, but certainly going to the tougher end in this first half, so they'll fancy themselves to be able to see it out, Riverside. Just had a 1-0 lead against Kingborough last weekend, but that was quickly erased, perhaps scoring a little too early in the game, if anything, if there is such a thing. Now Kingborough plenty of time to work their way back into that one. Launceston City now needing to dig deep and fight back in the second half, or perhaps try and conjure something before the first interval. That's almost gifted to them there with an under-hit back pass. Noel Mees praying about. Just a little bit sloppy there. Nearly had to be alert, Jared Hill, and he was. Final minute of the half. Joe Durazzi over the throw in. Greg Roller the target. Gilmore in close proximity. Roller weaves his way through a couple, then looks for Mees over his head. Belted away there by Mitch Roberts, the goal scorer. Durazzi throws. Tracking back well was the Batman. Fergus Aitken. There's the Mel for Turner. Showed a fair bit of it there. The opponent, Greg Roller now with a little bit of room. Rolls it out to Jared Linger. He's got a couple in the middle. He punches it back for Roller. Just didn't get his boot through it. Just tried to finesse it and guided it wide. It was lacking conviction in the end, the effort. See what he's trying to do, but just didn't quite sit for him perhaps. And frustrating there for Greg Roller. As we tick into first half stoppage time, they've definitely had the bulk of the chances, City. They're the ones trailing. Roberts emphatically took his for Riverside. And Davis scrapping with O, and then Aitken. Cartwright comes in to lend support. A erratic leg there from Davis. Roller dispossessed by that man. Now Vigilante. Was grabbed from behind there by Cartwright. Just gave him the excuse to go down. Just gave him the contact. The Argentine happy to oblige, and the relieving free kick that might just about see us to half time. Can't think there'll be too much added time. John O'Neill punches this one out to Campbell. Soupy Campbell. Driving to the byline, then cutting it back. It's Reece Kinslow. He beats one. Kinslow just runs out of room, and it was well charged down by Clark. He just took it a little wide there with the touch and allowed Lockie Clark to slide in and see it behind for a corner. But Riverside have really grown into this game. It's been visible to see their confidence growing as the half has worn on. They're sensing they're every chance of taking something from this tonight. City have got a real fight on their hands. This is one of their former favourites, Aaron Campbell. Swings this one in. Clark comes and confidently collects. He wants the immediate release, but he won't get it as Thomas Mace brings an end to the first 45 minutes here at Buckby Land Rover Park, and it is the visitors, Riverside, who have a 1-goal lead thanks to a wonderful goal from Mitch Roberts. He bombed on down the flank and absolutely thumped one past Lockie Clark. And that is the situation here at half-time. Mitchy Roberts has given his side the lead. City, well, they've created enough to think they can still go on and win this. They've had plenty of attacking opportunities. They've had quite a few shots. A couple that you think maybe they should have done better with. Quite a few shots from range. We'll have another look at the goal here. It's a chip over the top. A great bursting run forward here from Roberts. And he's just got goal side of his fullback. Spies the keeper crouching down, says, I'll go straight over the top of you. Emphatically hit home, and that is the difference between the sides at the half. Might leave you with a highlights package. I'm not sure what Ash has got lined up for you down in the south. We'll leave that to him, but I'm going to take a little breather and be back in around about 10 minutes' time with more of the action from Buckby Land Rover Park. That's what's so impressive about this. Wasn't great in the end from Aiken. Cartwright driving, but It's going to take better than that. So Aaron Campbell. He's got Kinslow in the middle. Davis there too. Kinslow with the header. That won't challenge Lockie. Smith with a couple of step-overs, running at the defence. Good challenge from King. Closed down by Linger. The shot from range should be comfortably collected by Clark, and he's... Meanwhile, Greg Roller with a pocket of space, and he says, I'm going to take advantage and lash it from distance, but Jared Hill. Off to Razio to Mees. Noah Mees now. He gets on the left. He works it back in, looking for Linger. Took a little deflection. Behind it goes for a corner. It's Noah Mees again. He gets around O. Turner came from the clouds. School finds Roller, and they're open at the back here, Riverside. Roller taking the shot on. It was just... He heads in that direction. Mees up against Olner, turning onto the left and firing as Mees. He wasn't far away as he bent it for the far corner there. Plenty of room himself at the top of the box. He turns and he chips it. It's a great save from Hill. Fling. There's Fergus Aitken. Aitken. Smith. Hill comes out. And in the end, the flag was raised for an offside. Turning back inside. Nicely there was Humphrey, and it's a good ball too for Roberts, who's charged on into the box here. Roberts, he's got two to pick out, but he might go all the way himself. Mitchy Roberts bulges the back of the net, and Riverside take the lead in 42nd minute of play. They've really come to life in the last few minutes, and a decisive finish there from Mitch Roberts. It was a great over. Driving to the byline, then cutting it back. It's Reece Kinslow. He beats one. Kinslow just runs out of room, and it was well charged down by Clark.
Yellow. I think it's going well. Is it going well? That's good. Yep, no, it's fine now. My thinking is wasn't. Oh, now I see what they're trying to display. Right. Now I get what you mean. Yeah, Ben's going off to get coffee, I think, so we might just have to stay like that for a few minutes. Yeah, it's not the end of the world in half time, but I think responses and all reactions used. It's going through there. I'm saying it all fine. To be honest, it's actually working quite well because I'm watching it in my eyes and then able to get them to instant replay because of that slight delay. set up though, when the other side there. Right. Yeah, I'll let you know. Depends on the video and
Oh, you want to struggle. I was walking around and sitting there and body shit, and I was bloody walking away. Oh, I don't know. Thanks.
Excellent.
You shot watching the ball before?
I should have done it. Should have asked me to do the odd game here and there, especially up here, but it's just when I'm free, but yeah. I'll probably might do something.
Oh, really? There's no real feel for where the camera has to be on corners and that sort of stuff. Where's the game a little?
Some of the stuff that is sometimes there for TV station. Dark clouds over there. Yeah. Looks a bit stormy. Right. It was warm earlier, wasn't it? Cooled off.
Oh, I lost that. What are you doing? Is that seniors? Trying, yeah. Good man. Thank you.
All right, second half action here at Backby Land Rover Park, about to get underway. Natural light well and truly gone now. The artificial lights taking over as the hosts, Launceston City, give chase in this game, trailing to a fantastic strike from Mitch Roberts just before half-time. Riverside really probably didn't want half-time to come. They run that first half out very strongly indeed. Got their goal and had their best 10 minutes of play, really. City, I think, probably needed the break somewhat to regroup after it started pretty brightly, but just not been able to put it on the scoreboard. So they'll certainly be looking for an improvement of the way they finished. This one's worked for by Turner. Soupy Campbell dissect the defence, slides it through for Reece Kinslow. Just gets in there ahead of Jared Linger, then takes it inside, gets around one, still going. Lays it back for Campbell, he's got some room, but Jared Linger doggedly pursuing him. They force them back, the back heel played. Still going here. Looking to try and win a corner, I think, the Riverside man, but numbers might eventually win out, and eventually a shirt grab has occurred. Flicked on well by Mees. 50-50 there. Campbell got there before Cartwright and then plays a pretty sharp ball over the top. That's a good one for Humphrey. He's got Kinslow in the middle. Plenty of bodies back. He might have to go himself here, Humphrey. He does so. Shot gets charged down the City defence. Doing it well. A pretty quick transition here from Launceston City. Matteo on the counter. He's got Mees and Smith in the middle, but going to collect was Hill. As he has been all evening, very confident in the air. Brings that one down and rolls it out for Campbell. Soupy Campbell. That run was timed to perfection there. Nicely done by Humphrey. Bill Humphrey tries to tee up Davis. Sliding out to it was Clark. Bails his side out and quickly sends him away again. Jared Linger charging forwards for City now. Tries to find Greg Roller, but Riverside defence able to steer it away. The Roos have been pretty good so far tonight from a defensive performance as Campbell combining with Kinslow. He's got a fair bit of the shirt of Millington there. The Riverside man perhaps unlucky. The City midfielder Smith appealing for the free kick. Well, that was a crafty little flip over the top from Davis. No one there to run onto it though. Kinslow had made a run down the right channel instead to try and give him something. Here's Matty O. Perhaps Jared Linger might have slotted into right back, and Matthew O looks like he's playing slightly further up than we saw in the first 45. He was beaten on the goal by Roberts. Seems like Linger maybe the man into the fullback position now as Riverside look to counter. A searching ball for Kinslow. Lindsay Millington should have no issues dealing with that one. Rolls it across to Turner. Turner away by Olner. Liam Gilmore now picks it up. Fergus Aiken pressured him, but he shifts it out to the right, and Soupy Campbell tries to maintain his balance. Just got a little shove in the back, and stiff not to get a free kick there, I think. Pays the price for staying on his feet, and that's a good ball from Roller. Really nicely over the top. Oh, his touch took him right into the path of a defender, though. And dealt with by the goal scorer, Roberts. Jared Hill able to collect. His throw here. Find Campbell. Aiken to Smith. Jasper King combining with Liam Gilmore. Trying to build their way out from the back here, but the City press sees them winning it back. Good challenge that to smash it out of play. Quickly taken. He's Aiken again. A bit more urgency about City. Start the half, and there needs to be. They're trailing by a goal to nil in the first Launceston Derby of the season, the new Launceston Derby between City and Riverside, looking to build this rivalry up between the crosstown clubs. And so far, first blood has gone the way of the Roos. Can Launceston City change that? Still plenty of time, and they created more than enough chances in that first half, which found themselves unable to take them. John O'Neill sets his options, eventually played it short to King. Vigilante now. Durante all over Campbell. Cartwright comes hustling and bustling through. Vigilante somehow wins it away from him, though. It was good work from the Argentine, not afraid to scrap and fight for the ball. It's a tough customer in midfield. Vigilante. Perhaps we're used to associating the South Americans with the attacking flair style of players. Linger looking to make something happen in an attack now. He'll be able to do so. Well done by Roller, the American. Rolls it out to Matty O. Matthew O just drops it off back for Roller. They're queuing up in the middle if you can work it to them. But well charged down there and a good block. I think that was Liam Gilmore, the youngster, getting back. Sliding in behind it goes for a corner. So Jared Linger now with a chance to put a cross in. He just chips it deftly into the middle of the box. It might fall for a Roller. Charging out of it was Olner. Great defending there to see it away. The danger's not past, though. Turner punches it to the back stick. Chasing after that one Mazzo. Well, he then just gets rather unceremoniously dumped. And that'll be a free kick in a pretty promising position. So, a chance here for City as they look to surge early in the half.
Hey, odd numbers.
Played to Jared Linger. Linger skips into the box. Checks it back inside. Jared Linger trying to maintain his balance. Riverside defence doing well. Just about enough to see it away from him. Matthew O again hits the deck, and again it will be a free kick in a position of some promise Checks for City. Inside, Jared Linger. They're turning the screws at the moment. Will they be able to hold on, Riverside? Defended well thus far. The corner played in. Noel Mees again the target. Fell for Turner. That shot was blocked by Olner. Turner. Oh, I think that's a little bit stiff. Quickly taken though. Will they take full advantage? Smith. He won't. He blazes the cross. He had time. He had men lining up in the middle. And maybe a little bit of justice served. It's City. We'll need to make better decisions in the final third here. So here's John O'Neill as they look to build from the back. Smashes this one in over the top. No one there though. So Lockie Clark. The old drop kick launches it back into the middle there. Inside was Roller. Clever little flick for Cartwright. Good sliding challenge again from Vigilante. That man has brought some real toughness into this Riverside midfield. Didn't go out, so Cartwright just dwells and tries to turn. A little pirouette on the byline. That was classy. In the end, it's a corner. Good recovering challenge made by Ethan Olner. He's been rock solid in defence tonight. So can City make one of these corners count? Not with delivery like that, they might get another chance as in the end Jasper King just smashed it straight back behind the byline. Wasn't the best delivery, probably fortunate to get another one really. It's the corner count rising for City. Can they make it count? You've got the likes Millington and Mees, you're always going to be a threat. And there is Mees, nodded it back down. Strong defence from Roberts, but the ball not cleared. Matthew O looking to get in there, but it's well done in the end by Roberts. Steers it away. Massive bodies back there. Orange shirts everywhere. Game being played almost exclusively in City's attacking third at the moment. Can they make it pay? A little bit of room here for Noel Mees. Diving header desperately away. Alex Turner puts his foot through it. Didn't quite get the contact he was after. Comfortably gathered again by Jared Hill. I do think Riverside need to get outplayed a little bit more though. A dangerous game if they're just going to be absorbing pressure for the next 35 minutes. It's John O'Neill. Back to his partner in defence, the captain, Olner. It's a good ball too for Kinslow. He's timed his run pretty well here, East Kinslow. Millington bodied up on him and he got the shot away. He was never going to beat Lockie Clark with that one, he deals with that at his near post pretty well, but just needs to watch himself there, Millington. A bit of shirt grabbing. It was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, though. There was both players grabbing, but dangerous moment in attack there for Riverside on the counter. They've looked a threat when Kinslow's been able to time those runs, and that's a good challenge from Millington and from Cartwright. Full-blooded stuff here from the City enforcers in the centre of the park, trying to lift their team here. Will lead to anything. Smith will try and track this one down. It was a mistime clearance straight to Greg Roller, who smashed it wide of the mark. Another opportunity goes begging for City. The shot count is rising, but it remains 1-0, and a lot of those shots have been from outside the box. It's just not been able to ask enough questions. There's one tremendous save from Jared Hill, but apart from that, quite a few shots off target. This one's headed away by Turner. A little chip over the top looking for the run of Davis. Durazio just gets a foot in and plays it off the Riverside man. It's 12 shots to 4. Riverside have had 3 shots on target, which is the same number as City. So despite having 8 more shots, every single one of them's been off target. It's been the story of the night so far. Over the head of Gilmore, Vigilante. Durazio with the throw-in. Smith holds it up and then lays it back to Durazio. Now retreats to Millington. Big Lindsay Millington with a raking left-footed ball. Olner's clearance went to Cartwright. Cartwright quickly shifts it out to O. It's Matty O cutting inside. Back for Aitken. The two play together at South Hobart combining there. Matty O still with it. He's being forced backwards though. Now Jared Linger. Roller just hits the deck and wins a free kick. Just a little hand in the back and decided to go down. So Shane Cartwright standing over the dead ball. There's some action on the Launceston City bench. Charlie Dyer about to be injected into the contest. Will he come back in with the scores level, or will they still be chasing? They've got another set-piece opportunity here. Shane Cartwright works it into the middle. There was Turner. Legs swinging everywhere. Thought he's hit the deck. Right, appealing. Play allowed to continue. Swung back in. It's a good ball too. Millington causing some problems. O'Neill from the deck. Might fall there for Turner. It's a deflected effort that goes behind for a corner. They're under siege at the moment here. And it was a good foot in again from, I think it was Mitch Roberts with the shot block on that occasion. Continuing his fine game. And it looks like they're going to make that substitution now. Slice of cheese given that. Just slice of cheese issued by Thomas Mason NPL level as Smith makes way for Charlie Dyer. Youngster. A little bit of zip. Maybe the recipe to get them back on terms. It's Cartwright over the dead ball again. Can't beat the first man. Now Jasper King looking to make some inroads down the right. Matty O quickly winning it back. Cartwright. Alex Turner stands it up into the box. Mees was there. Oh, volley brilliantly blocked and falls in. It's denied. Hill grasps it eventually, somehow stays out. Chaos in the box. A great shot block initially. Then Cartwright's effort from the angle. It was somehow kept out by the Riverside defence. It was all hands on deck there for the Roos, but they survive. And it remains 1-0. Absolute chaos as we have a look at the replay there. Legs everywhere. That's a pretty good save, I think, in the end from Hill, if he did get a little bit of boot to that. continuing his fine game. It's back to live play. Greg Roller's driving the play. Laid it off for Dyer. Dyer back for Mees. Mees is denied off the line. Back for Roller. And again blazes over the top. And City just can't get these shots down at the moment. That's double figures with the shots off target for them. And they've had some from promising positions. The latest falling away of Roller again. Mees just trying to roll it in. The clear, it's straight to the American, who needs to be doing better. He smashed it with conviction. I think part of it is I know it's going to take a quality shot to beat this young keeper, so they're going for that little bit extra. And it's just seeing them lift it over the bar, but far too often tonight they've blazed away, have City. Plenty of shots, but still the back of the net yet to bulge, and it's Riverside with the lead here. Thanks to Mitch Roberts. In the Derby, they've had 10 corners to 1. They've had 14 shots to 5. But 11 of those 14 shots are off target as Riverside goes to the bench for the first time in this one. And we're going to see Micaiah Jago coming on for Mitch Roberts, who's put in a hell of a shift. He scored one at the moment is the match-winning goal. We'll see if that stands up. But defensively, he's been very good too. Made an important block that probably saved a goal. And it's his strike that separates the sides as we stand. And it's Riverside on the attack here through Kinslow. Kinslow with a mazy little run. Did he just run out of room perhaps? No, it did stay in. Clark will take it away. Doing some nice work on the byline was Kinslow. Here's Mees. Heavy first touch. So he turns back the other direction instead. Cartwright rolls it over. Jared Linger going to slide it through. Couldn't do so. It's surely a foul on the Riverside man. Play allowed to continue. Fergus Aitken. Dorazio. Mees. Laid it back to Aitken. Aitken's found a gap there. He ran into it, but the Riverside defence closed the elevator doors, slamming shut there. Kinslow didn't quite hold his run, or the pass didn't come in time. Take your pick. He's gone on a second run, and he's in here now, Kinslow. Having a run at Millington. Reece Kinslow. Good challenge from Millington. Won the ball decisively. Masterful defending there from the City centre-back. Can they turn defence into attack? Cartwright to Mees. Switches it up nicely to Linger. Jared Linger going to drive the play here, the youngster. Forcing the issue. Skipping around Gilmore. Now wide to Matteo. Nice build-up play this. Rollers cross-charge down, and that will be corner number 11. So they continue to probe. Will one of these corners yield a goal eventually? They've dealt with them pretty well, Riverside. I've been very impressed with their defensive setup this evening. They have some good leaders at the back. They've executed a good game plan, but they're increasingly under threat here. Mees the target, just over his head. Before he gets to Linger, it's steered away. Kinslow's made an opportunistic run. Clark will get there first, though. The City keeper well off his line. Oh, did Aiken no favours. He's able to recover it and swing it out towards Matteo. Oh, he brings it under his spell. Looks it back inside for Roller. A clever first touch. It's Greg Roller. Side netting only. It's just been that kind of an evening for the American thus far. There's Aaron Matarozzi, who'll come on here for Launceston City. And looks like Fergus Aitken will be the man to be replaced. So Matarozzi for Aitken. City's third and final substitution for the evening on 66 minutes. So we have another look at that run from Roller. Trying it from the angle. I'm not sure you're going to beat Hill from that kind of an angle, but it's a promising run. Here's the Batman. Oh, turnover there from King. Charlie Dyer wins it back for Cities. Charlie Dyer. Centering ball was a good one for Roller. Roller just tried to chip it for O. Well defended again. Jared Linger squirms out into some space and then forces O to track that one really wide. Brings it under his spell. Linger. Being marked tightly, Linger. And you find a way through. On this occasion, and the free kick's going to go the way of Riverside. On track here for a first up Derby victory, their first NPL Tasmania points since their ascension to the top division. And I'm sure they also would have liked to have taken it in the first two games. I've no doubt they'll be quite happy to take it off a northern rival. I mean, plenty for them. As they're starting to find their feet at this level. Here's Cartwright. Still plenty of time for City, who've created the chances to be ahead in this game. They've just not taken them. Here's Shane Cartwright, who's got plenty of room to manoeuvre. Jasper King worked it back to Olner. Olner smashed it clear. Brought down, but quickly won back by Jared Linger. Now Matty O looking to spring in behind of Humphrey. It's Humphrey. Does well enough in the end. That one cut out there nicely by Malarozzi. Now that's a pretty good ball for Aaron Campbell. Couldn't quite control it though. Millington won it back and then looks to insert himself into the attack. Roller in there somehow. Skipping free was Liam Gilmore. So now he got through that. Cartwright slides in decisively. Gilmore still going. Copped a little bit of afters for his trouble there, the youngster too. Have a look at the Gilmore incident on the replay here. Fair to say there was dissenting views on the sideline. The City camp not happy at what they perceived as a dive, and the Riverside camp not at all happy with lack of a free kick as Noah Mees just overhits that one for Dyer. Just over 20 minutes left in regulation. The Roos holding on to a one-goal lead. City trying desperately to break them down, but thus far unsuccessful. Davis goes back to Olner. Well away by Hill. Good distribution. Now a raking ball for Kinslow. Is he onside here? Is Kinslow? He is. Kinslow up against Dorazio. He drives to the byline, then tried to sneak it in near post. And fouled to the side netting only. Where's Kinslow? Eyes only for goal. He's very good at that quick shift onto the left, then back onto the right, but would have been better served putting that across the face. Is a great sliding challenge from Olner. What a fine game he's had. He's been an absolute lion in the heart of this defence for the Riverside team this evening. Cartwright. Dorazio. Back to Shane Cartwright. Long diagonal, an option here, but far too central. Couldn't play a Matty O. Might fall in the end for Mees. Away by the Batman. Turner has that under control. Back to Lockie Clark. They build again from the back through Turner. Sauntering forward, the City centre half. Matty O skipped around one. Now it's Jared Linger. Showing those fine dribbling skills. The cross can't find Mees. Behind it goes for what I believe is corner number 13. Did read an article over the summer which suggested corners are one of the more overrated metrics in football. The percentages you actually score from them aren't actually at all what is perceived, and I think we're seeing firsthand tonight that that might just be the case. But sooner or later, they're going to yield one eventually as Cartwright makes good contact, but again, straight down the gullet of Jared Hill. He classed that one to his chest. Kinslow, well, I'm not sure if he meant to not make contact with the ball, but it almost turned out all right for Campbell. Dorazio gets there first, however. To Charlie Dyer. Now Millington hits the feet of Roller. Mees tracking this one down. He'll want to go to the left foot. He chips it back towards Cartwright. Away from him, though. Well away again by Vigilante. Gilmore to Davis. Couldn't control it. Went straight in the end through to Millington. Greg Roller. He's done just about everything but score tonight. He spreads this one out to the right for O. There are bodies everywhere in the middle here. Matty O driving the cross again. It's overhit, though. Sailed well over the heads. King as well on Dyer. Back to Dorazio. Centres it to Turner. Turner thinks about the shot from range, and again, just not sure that's what the situation called for. As Riverside will go to their bench again. Looks like William Cowart set to enter the fray. And Davis is going to be given. Davis going to be the man replaced. So, Jared Hill to take the goal kick. Cartwright bustling through. Time running out for City here. Can they find something? Can they kick up a gear? Back to Dorazio. Dorazio for Mees. Brings it down in stride. And glides in. Smooth mover is Mees. Can he make something happen? I think he fouled there. He did. He'll be brought back. Fairly comfortable decision, that one. The winner of the meat raffle has just made someone's night here. Cheered up a City fan who probably wouldn't be enjoying the Carrot score so much. I suppose they've got the wood-fired pizzas over there to console themselves with. Sold over 100 last week, I believe. An absolute hit, and can attest to the quality. Do enjoy coming up here to Buckby Park as Noah Mees rolls that one through, and this is promising for City now. A chance as it's cut back into the middle. Roller was there, but again, the Riverside defence hold firm. Just closing the gaps, shutting down those passing lanes, and behind for yet another corner. Matty O should take this one. Kills this one into the middle. Millington was there, but again, it's a Riverside head away. Greg Roller back on it. Shaping to charge into the box, and it's Matarozzi drawing a good save from Hill again, and then gets on the follow-up and steers it away behind for another corner, but Jared Hill has answered the call again. This impressive young keeper. The cross charged down, we'll have yet another corner. Matarozzi almost making an immediate impact there, the substitute. But very nicely dealt with by Jared Hill. Great piece of keeping. 3 or 4 big saves tonight as Matty O swings this one in. Headed to the back post. Millington first to it. Tries to bend it back in. Should be away by King. Didn't really clear the area though. Noah Mees on the right foot. Mees. He was always drifting away from goal. And another shot flies wide of the mark. It's always a tough one. Look at the bodies in the way. There's 6 shirts between him and the goal there. It was always going to be tough for Noel Mees to bend it back. And so it has proved. So we're inside the final 15. Launceston City running out of time now. And plenty of the possession, plenty of shots, and just a ludicrous amount of corners, but nothing to show for it. Still, it's Riverside holding sway. The first half goal from the fullback, charging forward Roberts, smashing it past Clark. And that has held sway ever since, as Reece Kinslow might be onto something here at the back. Gets on the misplaced defensive header. It's Kinslow well away from him. Falls to Campbell, looking to make the big mark on his return. But nothing there for Campbell. The shot comfortably dealt with by Clark. Matarazzi knocked it into his own path and then chipped it over the top, looking for the runner roller. And then just gives Gilmore a bit of a shove, and it'll be brought back there. No advantage. There's a lack of discipline there. Just the push on Gilmore in midfield. Fairly easy call to make. John O'Neill. Across to Jasper King. Cartwright. Up to Charlie Dyer. Dyer rolls it back for D'Orazio. And Thomas Prince, the substitute who's come on, comes across and smashes that one away from Mees. So we've got a Prince and a King on now for Riverside. A bit of royalty in that defence. Matarazzi trying to escape the attentions of a couple, and then puts a bit of a slam down on Vigilante there off the ball. WWE tier stuff there. There's a Riley Dillon areas as Shane Cartwright chips that one over the top. Again, Prince showing a good turn of pace, but didn't have the direction on the clearance. He's put it behind for a corner. That's either 15 or 16. So Shane Cartwright across to take. They have been knocking on this door all half, Launceston City. Can they get something to show for it? A 15th corner coming up. Nor was the option of Dyer short, instead opting to bend one into the box. It's a good header, and they finally break through, and who else but Noah Mees? The big centre forward nods home, and at the 15th time of asking, they convert a corner, and Riverside eventually yield, and City get a deserved goal to get back on terms. Their talisman in attack, Noah Mees, with a decisive header. Well, eventually something had to give. They'd been swinging corner after corner in. This time it was Shane Cartwright, and he offered the delivery they needed. Put it right onto the head of Noah Mees and leaning back, flicks it behind him. That is a tough skill to execute, and it was beautifully done by the big fella. There's play resuming here, and smashing one straight from the kickoff to Clark. Can City go on and win this game now? Riverside looking to hold on. Been breached, and we're all square again inside the final 10 minutes to come. City get back on terms. Can they go one better? Riverside have been under so much pressure, but the defensive efforts almost certainly suggest that they almost deserve something off the back of the way they've defended all these corners and shots and forced them to hit from range. But City will say, well, we've had the play in this half. We've been the team pushing on to try and win it. Who can finish the stronger now? It's another free kick for Cartwright. And locked him from the corner. What can you do from the free kick? Not much. It was poor delivery, and Thomas Prince pounces on it, the substitute, and tried to play it through there for William Coert, who'd made a good run, but he couldn't quite pick him out. Here's Prince. Back to Hill. Whacked out of there towards Soupy Campbell. Coert was making a little run off the right back, but City have won it back, and Greg Roller has got some room. He smashes it again from range. And look, if we were playing rugby, his conversion rate would be good tonight, Roller, but he just keeps sailing him over the top of the bar. He's getting under his shots a little bit too much, the American. He's really tidy on the ball, and he's worked the shooting space for himself really nicely tonight. It's just been the end product that's just been lacking this evening. Here's Vigilante, who's dropped deeper in the second half. Campbell, the run made by Coert, but didn't give him a chance. Couldn't quite bend it in play. Colbert looking to show his wheels down the line here. Just been hanging off Durazio's shoulder, looking to make that run every time Riverside have won the ball. Cartwright surrounded by shirts. As Charlie Dyer has just copped one where no one wants to cop one, and he's slightly ginger, suffice to say. He is in a world of hurt on the near touchline right now, Charlie Dyer. He's trying to soldier on. The City not happy with that free kick against Matarozzi. Just a little overzealous there on Humphrey, and going to be an offside flag that will kill the resulting ball over the top. Given it took them so wide there, Kinslow. Not really an offside you want to be giving away. No real threat to the goal. Here's Linger. Space starting to open up. Although Aaron Campbell, he wants a result on his return to Buckby Park. He doesn't want his former mob to have the last laugh, that's for sure. He is busting along. He is charging all around the pitch at the moment. Hustling away, but it's City in possession through Mees. Worked it to Dyer. With the better of King. Couldn't get the better of Humphrey though. Or sorry, Prince it was. Now chip forward. Impressive young Gilmore. Out to Coert. Scored his club's first goal in the NPL Tasmania against Glenorchy Knights. Durazio will track this down. Just lofted over the top. Jasper King showing good instincts to get forward, and he's continued his run here, Jasper King. He's got Kinslow in the middle. He rolls it back for Coert instead. And Turner able to pick that one off. It's a very tired-looking Kinslow in the middle. Back the other way. Suddenly it's fire wagon football. It's end-to-end stuff here, and Greg Roller sliding in away from Prince. John O'Neill was there to steer it away. Coert on the turn. That'll just be escorted out by Durazio, who took it quickly to Cartwright. Lovely ball from Cartwright to Charlie Dyer. Dyer's cross cut out by John O'Neill. And even Jamie Richardson on the sideline trying to get things moving quickly here. Getting a foot in. He senses the occasion. He senses they're looking to run this one out, City. Want to keep the ball in play and in motion. But Riverside are starting to look a threat on the counter too. This game is really opening up. And charging forward here is William Humphrey. He's made a good run. He's played it through for Kinslow. And a good foot in from Millington. I've been really impressed again by Lindsay Millington. Such a reliable centre-half, this man. Just times his challenges so well. Just always gets that foot in. But really, this game is flowing. No foul given there. Matarozzi. Rather aimless ball forward. Should be gathered by Jared Hill. Both teams are really pushing for the winner here. City have done the bulk of the attack in this half, but Riverside, as they did in the first half, in the last 10 to 15 minutes, really starting to run on strong and show a few signs in attack. Humphrey takes this one. Again, Millington will just control things at the back. He's the Iceman back there, Millington. Durazio. Oh, rather broadcast that, and it was jumped all over by Gilmore, slid through. Kinslow's going to get there first. It's Reece Kinslow. He's got no support. He doesn't need it. Reece Kinslow buries it, and Riverside reclaim the lead. It's jubilant scenes here on the sidelines for the Roos, and Reece Kinslow has fired his side into a 2-1 lead with 5 minutes to play, and City, having finally got back on terms, once again face the prospect of having to chase the game, and they've not got long left to do it. You can see what it means to this side. Exuberance from the manager, Gaetani, on the sideline. The team's up and about. They know what a big moment this is. And Reece Kinslow, well, I got to say, I thought he was out of petrol tickets 5 minutes ago, but he's found a little bit extra. Credit to Gilmore. Slid in. Clark wasn't off his line there. And from the angle, he just gets beaten. Drifted across a little too far, perhaps. It was an emphatic finish from this man, Kinslow, who's fast making a name for himself in the NPL Tasmania as a real predator in the box. He buries a second in as many games this week. And Riverside are 5 minutes away from a first up Derby win. How will City respond? Cartwright's crosses charge down. Matthew O. Does well to escape the attention, then looks for Mees. Mees with strength, turns, fires. Just wide of the mark. Oh, Mees has been a threat all evening. He got them back on terms. He tried to do so again. It was a sharp shot on the turn, but just past the post. This game, boy, has it come to life late. A real thrilling conclusion here, and it's the visitors who are not far away. Flicked on. Away by Turner. Riverside want a free kick, and they'll get one from the former City man Campbell. So Riverside are going to switch to 3 centre-backs for the final few minutes to try and see this one out. Aaron Campbell chips it forward. Durazio took it away from Coert. The fresh legs of Coert giving Durazio a few problems here. He heads to the corner flag and draws the free kick, and they're enjoying it. Oh, they're getting excited on the near touchline here, the Riverside crew. They're sensing they're not far away. And a free kick that they will be in a no rush to take. And the instruction was to head straight to the corner flag with that one. They might even just take the short and leave it there. That is exactly what they're going to do. They are going to try and see this 2-1 lead out. They've got 2 minutes of regulation and maybe a couple of minutes of stoppage time to see through. And that is all. 3 points firmly within their grasp. City, well, having worked so hard, toiled so hard to get back on terms, finally converted one of their chances. I don't think there'll be a happy Lino surely post-game to have thrown it away. Again, they'll go short here. This is great gamesmanship from Riverside, just trying to see it out. They've won another free kick off Cartwright, much to the chagrin of the City faithful. And in fact, a slice of cheese for Shane Cartwright too. That might be for the protestation from the Englishman. But it just enables Riverside to run more time off the clock. And they are seeing this out. This is good dark art stuff that we enjoy. Campbell will just turn and shield. He's missed on that challenge. They've coughed it up. City will be able to get out. As Vigilante blasted that one into Matarazzi. Deflects into Clark, and now in the final minute of action, City finally get the ball back, and Clark swings them forward looking for Mees. Competed hard against Prince. Prince won though. Linger just getting there ahead of Gilmore. Jared Linger scything through them. It's Jared Linger. Wants to cut it back onto the right. He's turning one way then the other, and the numbers win out for Riverside. Cross comes in off the head of Gilmore. Cartwright with a volley, but he was leaning back off balance. It was never likely. And it's over the top. That'll be at least another 30 seconds they can eat up here. There's not long left now. There's the Riverside on the verge of claiming the first Northern Derby of the 2019 NPL Tasmania season. A new rivalry reborn tonight. And it's looking like the newcomers are about to crash the Launceston City party here. Both teams came into this one desperate for 3 points to kickstart their season, a first victory. And it's the men in orange who are just stoppage time away from doing that. As Kinslow held his run, he hasn't. He was offside on this occasion. So, City, another chance to knock it forwards. Lindsay Millington has charged forward here. And he's one of the rare centre-back slash strikers, capable at both ends of the ground, and he's going to be used in his capacity as a target man for the final few moments here. As that one rolls out of play. That'll be a free kick in the end. So more time ticking by here. Riverside quite enjoying this. I can't think there'll be too much added time. There've not been too many stoppages. You've got to think far corners where this ball's destined to end up. They head that way, targeting Humphrey. City able to win the ball back. Into the bullseye it goes. Flicked on by Roller. Heaved over the top by Millington. Jared Hill. They'll just wait until the last possible second. And he'll use his full 6 seconds here before getting rid of it. And he heads long. Kinslow against Dorazio. The flick off from Dorazio should see through to Clark. We've nearly ticked 92 minutes now. This is surely last chance now for City. Long they go for Mees. Beaten in the air by Prince. Jeez, he's been strong in the air since he came on as Thomas Prince. Cartwright bustling away. Trying to win it back up against Humphrey. Jared Linger trying to skip into space. Humphrey fouls him. Linger takes it quickly. Gave it to Roller. Here we go. One last chance for City. Greg Roller swings it in the O direction. Won't quite reach him. Can he get the second ball? He gets run into. Play on the call. Worked forward. That's a late challenge by Matarazzi. That's a very late challenge. It'll draw a slice of cheese for Matarazzi. And that might just about be that. That'll take us up to about the 93-minute mark. I'm not sure there's much more to come after that. They've nearly got their Riverside. The first NPL victory within their grasp. And Aaron Campbell looking like he's set to make a successful return to Buckby Park. Knocks this towards Kinslow. That run, Cowart tracked it down. He's done well. He's worked it back. Nicely defended, though, by Jared Linger. Got back, but there's no time to spring one last attack. Riverside have done it. They claim the first derby of the season. Reece Kinslow in the 85th minute striking home the match winner. City having toiled so hard to get back on terms. They had shot after shot, corner after corner. Finally, Noah Mees nodded one in to get it back to 1-1. And then Riverside, just as they did in the first half, just found that 10-minute period where they really hit hard. They took a chance. They were the more clinical team in front of goal tonight. And that is why they will walk away with a big 3 points. Their first ever victory in the league. We'll have a look at the goal highlights. The first one, the fullback charging on down here. It was a fantastic run. That got them started 1-0. We just see the keeper collapsing down slightly here. And Roberts with an emphatic finish. Really driving it home into the roof of that. That was 1-0 just before half time. And then City finally got back on terms. Cartwright with the corner, swings it in. Noah Mees with the glancing header. Nothing Jared Hill could do. He was outstanding in net tonight for Riverside again. He looks a fantastic young keeper, Jared Hill. Super impressed with him. Nothing he could do about that. As Mees finally got the goal that City will feel their play deserved. But they then threw it away. Some sloppy work at the back. Some good work from Gilmore. And Reece Kinslow from the angle beats Lockie Clark and delivers 3 points for Riverside in the first derby, and boy did Reece Kinslow and his fan club down there love it. That's all I've got here tonight for you from Buckby Land Rover Park. I've been Andrew Cooley. Hope you've enjoyed the call. We'll be back on Friday night with the Men's Summer Cup final from KG5 with Hobart United taking on Beachside. They're back again on Saturday evening down at the Den for Hobart Zebras versus Kingborough. Do join us for that. But until then, it's bye for now.
Get out the back and move it quickly. They give themselves chances to score.
Got back. As soon as he got back to 1-1, they went like that.